data that we are going to store for this particular column. So within Excel, when I right click on any particular cell, I would have something called format cells. So when I go to format cells, I would be able to select what kind of data that I'm going to store in this particular cell. Like you have general, number, date, time. So similar to what we have in Excel, we tell this particular database management system to store or to allow only this kind of data within this table. So you would be able to understand better when you work with this query builder. New table. Let us try to create another table. Let's say trainers. So it has created the SQL script for us. So we can directly uh, so we can directly create tables using this as well. And when it comes to, yes, we have created the table. So let us try to create the table once again and see what will happen. So you can see that there is an error, create table students, and error code says 1050 table student already exists. So we would be able to create only the tables with the unique name. So let me just try naming it with students1 and execute it. So student1 table created successfully. You can see green tick mark here. So we have created the tables. So once we have created the tables, we should insert data into the database or insert data into the table. Okay, let me just save this script somewhere so that I would be able to share these scripts with you. So insert, this is the syntax of insert. Insert into students, and the syntax would be insert into students followed by the columns let's say I am naming this is student ID. Let us try to create rows with all your names. So I have created, I am trying to insert data into the table. So there is some problem in the query. Sorry, this, the table name is students. Error code unknown column. Okay, don't bother about this insert statement. Actually, there is some problem with the data type. So we don't have any data as of now. So let us try to insert it directly from this query builder. Okay, for now, let us concentrate on DML and we'll get back to the DDL once we finish off this DML. So because DML is important for us rather than DDL. But anyway, we'll see DDL again. For now, let us understand the importance of DML. So DML is very important when it comes to programmers or testers. So let us try to use the tables provided by the MySQL browser, or sorry, MySQL database. So the first statement which we are going to write or which we are going to learn as part of DML is select statement. So I said using DML we can retrieve the data. So in order to retrieve data, we have to use the select statements. So the statement starts with select followed by let's say star from actor. So when I say select start from actor and execute the query, so it will give me the list of values in that particular table. So you can see in this window we have all the values displayed here. So this is what we do using select query. So let me just save this. No, we can leave it as it is. So when you use this star, it means or the query returns all the columns in that particular table. So star refers to all the columns in the table. Let me just try another table. So this table has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns. So this has returned 8 columns to me. But what if you need only a selected column or only a particular column? So in such case, we have to use the column name. Select actor ID from actor. So this has written only the actor ID from the table. So this is how we write select statements. And let's say we are looking for a particular actor whose name is let's say Grace. We are looking for the particular actor whose name is Grace. So in such case, we have to use a condition. So when I used where condition, then it will return only that particular row where this condition is met. So is it clear how we should how should we write select statements? Okay. But suppose when an end user is accessing your database and you don't want the end user to know the column names that you have used. Let's say you have used first name, last name as the column names, but you don't want the end user who is accessing your table to know these column names. So in such case, we can use a technique called alias. Select, let's say I am displaying actor ID as you can give some alias name. So there is no one with this particular name. So again, I don't have any particular actor with this name. Let's say John, which is a very common name. So I have an actor with the first name as John, but when you see the or when you look at this particular name or the column name displayed here, it is displayed as ID. So I am hiding this particular column name from the end user. So this is how we can write select statements. Let me just word wrap it. Oh, all of them are appended. So this particular semicolon separates all of the queries. So this is how we write select statements. So this is the syntax of select. Syntax of select. So select only required column names are star, which gives all the columns from the table name and where condition. So where condition is an optional one. Whenever you are looking for a particular row, then only we use where condition. Otherwise, we can omit this particular where condition. So is this one clear? Hello? Okay. So let us try to look at the another DML statement, which is update. So far we have concentrated on selecting the values itself. But let us try to update tables. So let me just consider another table, select star from city. So if you take a look at this particular country table, this country table has country ID, country name, and the last update. Last update, you can ignore this particular column. It gives you the last updated time of this particular country table. So each and every country is assigned a unique ID. So when you take a look at this particular city, so city has city ID, city name, and country ID. Country ID will give you the details about this particular city. Let's say when the country ID is 60 for the city, or let's say for Abu Dhabi it's 101. So it means Abu Dhabi city is located in the country 101, or in the country represented by 101. So 101 is nothing but it's the United Arab Emirates. So for this, let me just tell you one important concept. So when I query for the data, or when I query for this only country, so each and every country is assigned with a unique ID. So if we take a look at this country table, data in the country table, each and every country is assigned an unique ID. In order to know about Bangladesh, we have to use country ID 12. That's it. You don't have any other country with the same ID. So all the values in this particular country ID column are unique. So each and every country can be identified with a country name. So this column has unique values. So when we have unique values representing any row, we call such kind of values as primary key. So primary key helps us to identify any row because primary keys are unique, and you can never have a blank value in the primary key. For example, for American Samoa, I cannot have blank value here. There should be a value in the column or primary key. So primary key should always be unique, and it must not, or it doesn't allow null values in the primary key field. And we are making use of this country ID within this city table. So we are referring to country table from the city. So when I refer 101, it means I am referring to Abu Dhabi, sorry, I am referring to United Arab Emirates within the country table. So from one table, I have created a link to another table. So there is a link between city table and the country table. This kind of linking is called foreign key. So country ID in the city table is called as foreign key. Why is it called as foreign key? Because from the city table, we are referring to another foreign table. We are referring to another table named country from the city table. So from here, we are referring to a secondary table. That's why this country ID is called foreign key in the city table. And foreign key means it refers to another table. So there is one condition for a value to be a foreign key. It has to be a primary key in another table. So let us go with example. So in the city table, we have a country ID which is foreign key here. So for this to be a foreign key, or in order to use country ID as a foreign key in the city table, the country ID should be unique in the country table. So country ID should be primary key, and you can only use primary keys as foreign keys. So any confusion, or it clear, or is it clear? Okay. So this is the concept of primary key and foreign key. So let us try to update this particular city table. So in order to update any table, let's say for the city represented with the city ID 3, let me just modify the country name. Uh, Generally, when inserting data, it is possible that we might do some mistakes or we might uh, enter wrong data. So we should have a mechanism to correct the mismatches. So we use update table name and set city. Sorry, we are setting country ID, right? So set country ID equals to 200, where city ID is equal to 3. Let's say 100, because we are not sure whether we have 200 or not. Sorry, this is not students table, this is city table. So let us see whether this has been executed or not. So for this 3, the country ID is set to 100. So the changes were reflected. So let us again try to see if I update it again. So when I updated it again to 101, it has updated. So using update, we can set a particular value. But remember, whenever you are using update, use it with caution. If you forget this where condition, then this country ID will be set in the entire table. For all the rows, for all the cities, country ID will be updated with the value 101. So always use update with a where condition. Otherwise, your complete table or the data in the complete table will be lost, or it will be set to some arbitrary. All the rows will get affected. So use it with where condition. So the thumb rule is know where to use where condition. So for today, just remember select and update. These two are DML commands. So is it clear till now? Any questions? So today, okay. So today we have seen uh, what are different kinds of statements, and also we have seen select and update. So in the next class we will go little fast, because since this is your first class, I have made it little slow. So in the next class we will see another DML commands, and there are many important concepts like joins, wherein you have to in the real time we have to fetch the data from more than one table. So how do we do that? We use joins in order to fetch the data from more than one table, and also we have many other commands or many other kinds of commands which can be used in different statements. So let us learn more in the next class, in the next session. So I'll send you a document. Please go through the document, and I'll send you the links of different sites where you can practice this. And also I'll share this software with you. It's just easy to install. In case if you find any issues while installation, just let me know. I'll be able to help you out. Otherwise, you can also practice it directly on the internet. I'll tell you where you can practice it. So that's it for today. Thanks a lot for joining this session today. We'll see more in the next class. Okay, bye.
The organizer has ended the session and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.